wouldn't mind writing down, we're going to do our live Facebook announcement. And while we're waiting for everybody to join us on Facebook, we're going to hand out medals from the mini golf tournament. Did you guys have fun with that? Woo! Yes. All right. It was pretty funny. The funniest thing is that the Royal Caribbean staff helping us, the little guy and girl, their name was Ivan and Georgia. Just like our Ivan and Georgia. So. All right, so we're going to start with third place. They had an average score of 27. And we had Sharon, Dolores, Andy, Andrea, and Seth. If you'll come up, we'll get your medals. Your kids left, that's okay. You can take them. All right, give them a hand. Okay, in second place with an average score of 26, we had Judy, Linda, Tracy, Jesse, Becky, and Bill. Come on up. Now, let's see good sports.
Hey, Corey, we love you.
All right, give them a hand. Okay, and our first place team, nope, they did not cheat, I promise. The little workers were very impressed because I believe this was the best score all week. They had an average score of 24, and we had Joey, Karen, Jody, and Gary. Come on up.
Hey, Deanne.
No, here's the funniest part. They got their medals, and one of them, not going to say who, turned around and looked at me and said, and we didn't even cheat. I think that maybe he did before. I don't know. That's right. All right, let's give them a hand. Okay, so I'm getting ready to turn this over to Michelle, but I want to personally thank everybody for coming. Without you guys, this would not have been here, and it was a wonderful event. How many of you have had a great time this year? And I have to embarrass this person to my left. Of course, you guys have all spoken to Shandy, but
Shandy.
It would not be here if it's not for her.
Hey, Ava.
Okay. On that note, I would like to have all of the GAML staff come on up here. And we're going to give all of them...
Oh, yes, please.
This is the live video. Yep.
A big thank you.
Shandy
Shandy has done a load of the work on this, and Jen has done quite a bit, but all these other people have contributed as well in making sure this whole thing went off without a hitch, and making sure the classrooms were set and everything was ready, and helping you with your computers and things like that. So I would like to just give them a big round of applause. Okay, and now I need all of our wonderful instructors. Yes, I can do this. We all here? Okay. So all of these instructors who have worked very hard preparing their classes and gave up their free time while on the ship to teach these classes for you, if you could give them a great big round of applause. Thank you, ladies.
And gentlemen.
And gentlemen. Gentlemen. Couple gentlemen, sorry.
Just one of the girls.
And there's one more group here that I would like to thank, and that is our dealers that came along this cruise. All of them volunteered to help with classes and help with excursions and group activities for you guys.
Go.
And you gotta come on up because we gotta get y'all in the picture for the
Let's
Facebook
do
Live.
this.
So.
Douglas. Martha. Martha. Sue.
Okay, who's hiding? John and Emily, get up here.
Sue.
So, thank you to all of you for the help that you've given us on this cruise. And thank you to everyone who came on the cruise and made this a wonderful week for everybody that was here. Okay, I suppose. Okay, so I've got a few different announcements to talk about here. Pull out my handy dandy notes so I don't forget things. Okay, so announcement number 1, coming October 30th.
Oh boy.
It's a Tuesday. CS 7.1. So we've got a new update of Creative Studio. If you have Creative Studio on your computer already, it should prompt you the first time that you log into CS after October 30th. If it doesn't, you can go to Help and check for updates, and it will auto-update right through the software. You don't have to go to the website and download the file and put it on a thumb drive and take it to your computer and all that. you can still do it the hard way if you really, really want to, but I don't know why you would, unless you don't have internet, which I'm not sure who doesn't have internet. So I talked a little bit about some of the cool new features in 7.1. I'm just going to give a brief overview of some of the biggest ones. There's a list of like 50 things, but I'm not going to go through all that. A few exciting features. One is the new ability to manage your tags and manage your collections. So you can now go through
Amazing.
and sort and organize and re-tag things much easier than you used to be able to. That's been a big user request. Most of the items on here were requests by users that we spent the last year or so really going through, listening to feedback, because CS7 had a whole lot of changes, right? So we spent the year listening to feedback and working on the things that people really wanted fixed or improved about 7. So new managing tags and managing collections. We improved the roll quilt function in edge to edge. So now if you use the end of set method, it no longer pays any attention to the X direction. So your quilt won't scoot to the side. The feedback that we got from users was we don't want it to scoot to the side, even though we're telling it to by where we're clicking, we didn't really want it to. So we just took that ability away from you. So, if you really, really want to scoot it to the side, you can do a relocate. But in the vast majority of cases, so that was an improvement to the roll quilt. Another new feature is auto-suggest. So now when you type like a search or you're doing your tags, it's you know how when you go to Google and you put C and then you get all the words, you know, that tell you the words that start with C. So CS now has that auto suggest feature for your searches and your tagging and things like that. You can now drag and drop patterns from the store onto your CAD. So you can just drag them right over and preview them and, you know, do your little mock layout, decide if you want to buy that pattern right through CS. We have a new and improved manual, so all the tweaks and changes have been added to the manual, as well as a few other things, improvements in the manual as well. There is now a new item on the tool strip, the default tool strip, and it is show video. So it's a little picture of a video recorder. You can click on it, and it takes you to a video of the function that you're working on. So it's kind of like that question mark we added for help. We added one that takes you direct to the videos as well. Sync has been improved. It's much, much faster than it used to be. So when you sync your patterns, it'll go much faster. You can now save your tool strip and your menu strip. So when you do an update to CS, you don't lose your custom default menu strips and tool strips that you've made. We've improved order join.
Hi, TJ.
And increased the number of undo points. So those are some of the major requests that we've gotten from users, and that's, like I said, that's like the top 10 or so out of 50 or so little things that we've done. So coming also on October 30th, along with the CS 7.1 launch, we will also be launching our new and improved PatternCloud website. So,
New PatternCloud!
A few of the new features in there. One, it has a complete revamp of the user interface. It's much easier to find what you're looking for. We changed the way we had some menus and tabs and things like that. It's much easier to navigate. That's, you know, the major improvement there. We've added educational videos. Another new feature on the PatternCloud website is now a wish list. So when you're going through the store, you can hit the little heart button, and it adds it to your little wish list that you can give to your husband for your Christmas shopping. So we've got the wish list. You now have the ability to multi-edit on the PatternCloud. So if you want to edit your tags, your collections, things like that, you can select a bunch of patterns all at once and type in a tag, and it applies that tag to all your patterns. So it makes tagging and collections and stuff like that much faster than it used to be. We have a new print-friendly mode. That was another thing really requested by the users, was the ability to print the patterns so that you could make yourself a little catalog and show it like to your customers and things like that. Another great feature that we added was the addition of what we were calling sets. So these are pattern sets. So we've had pattern collections. You know, collections were like, all of these are for a Lone Star, and all of these have dogs in them, right? But sets are, these patterns go together. They're made to work together. So like border, corner. So you have the border and the corner that you know go together. So you can create your own sets within the PatternCloud, and then also when you go to the store and you're looking at buying patterns, you can easily identify which border goes with which corner, because the designers have so friendly set it up for you that way. So you can buy both patterns at the same time. Or you've got like a whole medallion quilt or something, you get all the patterns all at once without having to hunt for them.
That's excellent.
And also on the new PatternCloud website, you also have the ability to organize your tags, collections, and sets. So similar to NCS, you have the ability to do, you know, multi-select, rename things, organize, you know, find typos, get rid of typos easily and quickly. So those are the exciting things. Oh, I almost forgot. For those of you who live in Australia, New Zealand, and Europe.
And Canada.
As of October 30th.
And Canada.
And Canada. Sorry, forgot Canada. As of October 30th, you'll be able to purchase patterns through the Pattern store.
It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt.
Did you have anything to add, Matt? Did I miss anything really important? Okay.
No, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt.
Not yet, Norm, not yet.
Not yet, Norm.
Okay, so next announcement coming in 2019, we have our Quilting with Confidence tour. This is a new education program that we're putting forth where we are going to do small events in lots of cities all over the US and Canada, at least 50 cities that we're going to be hitting. So everybody will be able to get education at an event close to your home. So these will be 1, 2, 3 day events depending on how many people in an area. We'll bring educators in and everybody can get education close to their home. I know that those of you who are on the cruise aren't super excited because you like to go on cruises, right? But for some of those at home who didn't feel like they could leave home for a week or the cruise was a little expensive for them, it's going to be a great thing. It's something that users have really been requesting is more education close to home. So of course you're welcome to come to that as well as come on the next cruise. Next cruise, yes. We have the next cruise. So, coming in 2020 on June 5th, we have the Set Sail with Gamel Alaskan Adventure. So that will be a 7-night cruise. We'll be stopping in Juneau, Skagway, and Victoria, as well as all sorts of glacier watching and whale watching and all sorts of cool stuff along the way. We're handing out invitations to those of you who are here on the cruise that tells you a little bit more about it. The big thing is to go to gamel.com/Alaska. All of the information is there. We do have a limited number of VIP spots for those of you who decide, I definitely want to go and here's my deposit, right? So your VIP spot gets you special dinner experience with the Gamel crew and educators, a special gift, priority class registration, and an extra $50 of onboard credit. So that's what we have. So how many of you are coming to Alaska? There we go. Better get those VIP spots quick because I saw a lot of hands. So, and thank you to all of those of you watching at home through the Facebook Live. We hope to see you either next year on the Quilting with Confidence tour and or on the next Gamel cruise to Alaska in 2020.
I'd like for you to all join me in thanking Andrew and Michelle for thinking of this and making this possible. Thanks for joining that. Okay, so next stop is dinner, so you guys are free to hang out for here a few minutes, and then we'll go on and eat food. Fun, all right?
Okay, all you Facebook people, we love you all, and we'll see you soon.